In today's Moodle Minute, we are going to look at an advanced grading method that utilizes the rubric grading tool for assignments. In our previous workshop on our campus, faculty were taught how to create rubrics for assignments, and we're going to now show you in Moodle how you can begin using those rubrics in your grading process so that it's easier for you to utilize. So on my screen I have an example of a rubric that was written for an essay. There are three criterion for this rubric. They are voice, organization, and lastly grammar, usage, and mechanics. For this rubric I have 4 levels, and you'll notice that they range from 0 to 3 points. It is important that your rubric have a level for 0 points. So if you have written a rubric where your first level is worth 1 point, you'll want to either make that worth 0 points, or you can add another level that would be appropriate for no points, because Moodle does need to have a 0 point level in order for the grading to work appropriately. I'm going to now switch to a course that I have in Moodle, and I have an assignment here, and I'm going to utilize the advanced grading method using rubrics. So I'm going to edit the assignment settings. I'm going to scroll down to the section that deals with grade, and the grading method is set to simple direct grading, and that is the default, where simply you go in and you assign a grade. If I want to edit my maximum points, for example, if I want my rubric to be worth 10 points, then I would change that here. If I want it to be worth 15, whatever the maximum points, you would change that first. Next, I'm going to change the grading method to rubric. Now there are 2 advanced types of grading criteria or tools, and one is called a grading guide, or you may have seen it called a marking guide in some versions of Moodle. That one is going to be a little different, where you have a range of points for each criterion, and we'll talk about that in a later Moodle Minute. But this for this video we're going to simply select rubric. Then when I click Save and Display, I will come to a screen where I am able to define my rubric. Now if I have a rubric that I have used in my course previously, I don't have to recreate it every time. I would be able to use one that I had saved as a template previously, but I'm going to create one from scratch. Okay, I need to give my rubric a title and a description. And now I am ready to start adding the 3 criterion and the levels that I need based on my previous rubric. I'm going to pull up my rubric and my Moodle page side by side so I can simply copy and paste. So I'm going to copy the first criterion, which is voice, and paste it. I'm going to go ahead and add all 3 of my criterion first, and then you'll notice that there are only 3 levels. I can add a 4th level here. Okay, and now I'm going to copy and paste each of these. I'll be back with you in a minute once I get all of these pasted into the appropriate blocks. Okay, so I have finished filling in all of the information for the rubric, and now I'm going to look at the last few options at the bottom. Do I want the rubric description displayed during evaluation? Do I want it to be description to those being graded? Any of these that you don't want, you would simply remove the checkbox for. Here's an important one. Allow grader to add text remarks for each criterion. When you are using a rubric, you likely are going to want to give the students feedback, not just mark the points. So you'll want to make sure that that is selected if you want to be able to give feedback to your students based on each criterion. So I have 2 choices. I can save the rubric and make it ready, or save as draft. I'm going to save the rubric and make it ready. In the next Moodle Minute, we'll take a look at actually grading using the rubric, and we'll also take a look at what the student sees. Thank you very much for watching this Moodle Minute, and we hope that you enjoyed.